Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I filmed a video. I am so sorry, life gets in the way. I did a career change and it took quite a lot of time. It's still not slowing down for 100%, but yeah, now I have a little opportunity to film something. This is a page I am working on. This is a body color with Christina and Diane. And we are working in this book on a double page spread very slowly. And I found a way that helped me to finish these pages quicker and to have a little bit of a more pleasant experience with all these detailed pages. So for the viewers who doesn't know this book, this is Dromenvanger by Tomislav Tomic. Tomislav Tomic has two coloring books, Dromenvanger and Sprookjesbos. It's published by Must, so this is amazing paper. I don't know if you still can buy this book. I heard that it was out of print. I'm not 100% sure, but I have this book for quite a while. His other book you can buy for sure. So I just don't know about this one. And it's a book with a lot of detailed pages, but his artwork is so beautiful. So this is actually how it looks like. And I did quite a few pages in his book, but it just takes me a while. And in the beginning I did like a lot of pencil work, like this is done with the Faber-Castell Art by Duret pencils and with polychromos pencils on top. This as well, but this took me days and days to finish. So then I was trying to do some block coloring, like where is the page? Like this one. This is just block coloring with water-based markers and white gel pen. So this is a quite nice result as well, but I missed doing some shading. So the result is always a little bit better, for my opinion, with some shading than with just block coloring. But the ending result is fine. But this was quite a quick and easy page. This was done with Derwent ink pens, pencils on top. I threw different media to it, and now I am working on this double page spread. And the sky is completely done with soft pastels, and all the rest is done with water-based markers. So I haven't used any pencils for this image. So I'm going to show you how I achieved and tackled these pages, because I haven't seen a lot of completed pages on YouTube lately. And I totally get it. If you are going to color a page in this book, it's going to take you a while. Especially when you're doing it completely in coloring pencils. I never do that. I don't have the patience to do that. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of a coloring hack, a coloring trick to accomplish this result with just water-based markers. So I am using the the Staedtler pigment brush pens. So these are at this moment my favorite pens of all time. You can use regular water-based markers, but they're going to perform a little bit differently. This is India ink inside, and the other pens like the Ohuhus or just regular water-based markers have, I think, just pigment with water in them. So these perform a little bit differently. I love these. They are not cheap, but these are a little bit cheaper than the Faber-Castell pit pens. So I don't have the pit pens. Maybe 10 or 15 of them. They're on my wish list for 4 years now, but they're quite expensive. So I bought these when they came out 2 years ago, and I really love them. So I'm just going to buy the pit pens in the colors I miss in the Staedtler pigment brush pens. So, okay, the only thing I'm not super happy about is this tree, but this was a very, very big tree. So yeah, this is the only thing I'm not super happy with, but all the rest is done with water-based markers. And it took me like 3 days, 4 days for this. So that's quite an accomplishment. To show you what I am doing with the Staedtler pigment brush pens I'm going to do her hair. Just a little piece of it so you can see how I do it. I think I'm going to give her a brownish hair, but maybe a little bit on the paler side. So these are the swatches of the pigment brush pens. This is the back side. They have 60 colors at this moment, and there you can buy them open stock. So that's a plus for me. So I'm going to pick my colors and we're going to zoom in on the hair and I will show you how I do it. Okay, so we're all zoomed in. So just for the record, water-based markers are not made for blending. You can blend with them, but mostly you have to do it with water, but it's not supposed to blend on paper. So this is a technique that doesn't work on very toothy paper or porous paper. So this technique works in this book, and I think it worked also very well in the Fairy Tales and Folklore book by Emily de Hall Oberg. So the book has to be very smooth, and then you have a little bit of a better result with these pens. So try out your own water-based markers. Take the test page in a book and you can always try to do this technique. I am doing this technique with detailed pages and with smooth paper. So I'm going to use 3 colors like regular pencil shading. But I'm going to start off with the lightest 2. You can do it in one step with the 3 colors together, but you have to be very, very fast if you want to do it with 3 colors, and I'm not fast enough. And I'm not going to force myself to color something in high speed. I want to enjoy the process, so I'm starting off with 2. So I chose Dune and I chose the color Light Sand. Okay. So what I am doing is I'm going to remove the caps of both pens and I'm going to switch up every time. So I'm going to start off with the middle color and I'm just going to do little sections at a time. So don't do a lot of sections at the same time because the pigment is drying very, very fast and otherwise you are not able to blend. So I'm going to do this string of hair, and as you see, maybe with the light hitting it, the ink is still wet, and then I'm going in with the lightest color. So as you see, it blends in quite nice, but you have to do every string separate, unless it is like this, a little bit of a short one, but don't try to do a lot of hair at the same time. So you can go over a section, but not too much, because water-based markers have the tendency to rip the paper. So you have to do it quite quickly, like this. So you have to plan out a little bit where you're going to stop with the water-based markers. So it's actually very easy. So I do the whole hair with these 2 markers, and once it has dried, I am going in with the darkest color. have a little bit of soft pastels on the hair, but I really don't care. Once everything is colored, you're not going to see it anymore. So this for me is very relaxing coloring. Just put some color to paper and it has a very nice result. If you're going to do this just with coloring pencil, good luck. Water-based pencils, so watercolor pencils, are also a great medium to use, but because it is very small and very detailed, it took me quite a while as well. And because the Staedtler pigment brush pens have a brush nib, you can do big areas, smaller areas. I really love these pens. I use them a lot. And for the books, you cannot blend with them because the paper is not smooth enough. I use them for base layering, and then I go on top of that with watercolor pencils or just regular pencils. So these pens they are permanent once they dried. So you cannot move them anymore. With regular water-based markers, you can still lift up some pigment. But I like the fact that it is permanent, because then I can go over it with some Inktense or the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer pencils, and I can put down a lot of color for basing. Like this. Okay, so I'm going to the rest of the hair off camera, but you get the gist on what you have to do. And then I am going in with the darkest color now, because this is too flat. I have to have a little bit more of a shadow area in the hair to make it more interesting. So what I like to do is take my lightest color. I don't know why, but I always take my light color and not the medium color, because if you go over this with the medium color, it's going to dark up and then you're going to see the transition. I think with the lightest color, it's going to be a little bit easier. And then I'm going to take my darker color, umber, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to put in my shadow area. So as you see, it's quite dark, but I'm just going to blend it in a little bit with my lightest color. So just go over the edge and then it is blended in quite nicely. So again, for this area. And you can play with it. Once the hair is done and you see that you need, again, more of a darker color, you can do this again. So take a darker brown and take your lightest color and blend it in until you're happy. These markers don't bleed through the paper unless you're very, very heavy-handed and you keep working the paper. But if you take a little bit of extra time to let it dry, you can go over it again as much as you want. So I can do this in front of the television, even when I'm talking to somebody. This is just mindless coloring, but you're doing an intricate page, a Tomislav Tomic page. And you don't have to spend 6 months on a page as well. As you see, you don't see the transitions anymore. If you want, you can always go in with a little bit of a pencil shading to darken up your darks. But I found that if you have a very, very detailed page, it isn't worth the effort with the coloring pencils. Sometimes I go in with coloring pencils, but at the very end, when everything is colored in, then I take a picture of my coloring page, I put it in black and white, and then I see which areas need a little bit more of a shadow area. I think that's it. So this is very easy, right? Okay, so and if you say you need an extra color again, you can take a very dark brown, and I blend it in again with the lightest color. So I'm going to take dark brown, and I'm just going so you can just play with it. It doesn't ruin the nips of your markers. If you're blending in another color, you can just go on a sheet of paper and the pigment will dissolve a little bit. Like this. So this is actually how I color a Tomislav Tomic page with water-based markers. So as you see, there is some dark brown on the top of my water-based marker. I just take a sheet of paper, scribble it, and it's okay again. So you see, you don't have to be scared that it's going to ruin your marker. The pigment just releases. You can do the tip-to-tip method with these pens, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of the hair, and I hope this video was helpful for somebody. If you're going to do this method in the Tomislav Tomic book or even in the Emily Liedehall-Oberg book, let me a comment so I know this video was helpful. Give it a thumbs up. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.